I love the game, I don't know, I love the game, man. I feel like one of them ball playing niggas, you know. Yeah, and I'm back like I never left. Heaven flow so devilish, still blessed like a reverend. And my 88 letterman, move far for my betterment. Set my terms like a settlement, black and white like the president. See my name, who I represent, still a Shirley Ave resident. It's Young Boy B checking in, yeah.
What was this? Like we done put all this stuff together. What's up? What we doing?
I mean, we just putting our eyes for what's every day for us. You know, it's real life.
This low key, bro. We've been talking about this for like a good 10. As far as, hey, bro, turn the cameras on, let them see how we process, how we move, how you know what I'm saying. And it's not even so much as far as like
what happens when great minds come together.
Yeah.
That's really what it is, because it's like this ain't just something that just popped up out of nowhere. It's like something that we've honed for so many years, and just to see the fruition come, you know what I'm saying? Like it's hard work.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even really call it a podcast, because niggas be podcast to me be a little bit more staged. This is just real life. Like niggas just be chilling.
I mean, Scholar Studio. You know what I'm saying? It's the whole Scholar vibe.
I mean, it's staged as far as like the look of it, the location and everything.
Setup, but as far as the content, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Nah, it's just us talking.
How y'all feel about where we at as far as the store, as far as, you know what I mean, the progression over the years? How do y'all feel about
it? To me, bruh, like, I guess because I've been looking at the whole thing through a lens the whole time. So it's like I've been able to document everybody's kind of ascending up to where we want to be. So like I get the opportunity to go back and look at all of that.
Yeah.
And man, it be blowing my mind.
I feel like what we used to really, and what we still doing, is like we really hang our hat on execution more than anything. Like if you look at kind of like with your question, where everything is going, it's just like different levels of execution than what we had in the past.
Of course, you know, early on we was like, hey, we gonna do this and we gonna make this and this all we gonna be able to do. Yeah. But things don't always work out in that favor in the timing that we wanted. Yeah. But in the timing that we have right now, it's actually happening. Bub, so when you thinking as far as like where you started at, right, with music, when you think about where you started at to right now, what are some of the things that you did to actually get to the place that you are, the mindset, the head space? You know, what are some of the things that you did to actually get to this place?
Well, I'll say with that, that's a great question. With that, I think macro, I stayed in my mind as far as going to Augusta State, learning business. I understood how much I didn't know about business. So it's like, you don't sign up for something that you don't have all the pieces, all the information. That's kind of what the entertainment industry taught me, was like, if you don't know what you're signing and you don't know what you're getting into, you don't even know what to expect. Me, I don't like to put myself in that place. So I borderline look at myself from the Forrest Gump lens of, think about how many rooms you were able to occupy. Like, this ain't just the meeting these people, bro. This is, you have a working relationship, some type of, even with you, it's like the rooms and the things we were able to do and the moments we are able to have. It's like we're going on national tours. We're not signed to anybody. You know what I'm saying? We sharing the stage with major artists. They giving cosigns. They come to our city, our neighborhoods in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's love from us. We ain't changed nothing different. So it's like, it don't matter who it is, whether it's this person or it goes as far as Kanye. If the goal is to build a business and learn all aspects of it, well, I'm gonna walk that course. So I could sign with you and probably get a large sum of money. But I'm pretty sure it's a part of the lesson that I'm gonna miss. That 500 ain't gonna stretch as long as I need it to stretch. You know what I mean? Like, and I'll give a story just off of meeting Kanye, knowing Big Sean's story, and I'm thinking from a music standpoint, this is my shot.
We told you that. When I talked to you that morning, I was like, boy, you better rap.
But the thing about even that and discernment is, if I would have rapped, it wouldn't have worked. I would have lost my positioning to every other relationship that I was able to gain in that room. It's like, but it's knowing my heart. And truth be told, my personality and a Kanye personality, we would get the hooking in that bitch. Like we would have to square up behind that, because all that I ain't answering the phone, but you owe me money. If I have to find you, you know what I mean? Like, and that's for a lot of those people. A lot of those people that hold those positions, it's a power play. You see what's going on with Diddy. You see what's going on with a lot of these major players, and the things that you have to sign up for and commit to. Only thing you want to do is make music and make money. I don't want to do I don't care about none of that other stuff, bro. But that's what you signing up for. And just coming from Augusta, a small city, and going to a bigger city and knowing that, oh, bro, it ain't just about making music. It ain't like that's a very small part of it. You know what I mean? Like, of course, if you own your own studio, you own your own production space, you can do that. But it's so many other parts of the game that you should be aware of before you put your name on a piece of paper that is in perpetuity. You know what I mean?
A lot of people don't understand that word. Like, we learned that word early. In perpetuity. That means I own you forever.
Yeah. So
like,
We'll get not just you, like
everything that you do,
your
got to do with you.
Your name,
yes,
and likeness, and like, you know how, for example, like, let's say we was to go crazy and then I just die or whatever, you know, God forbid, but
wow.
but you get what I'm saying? Like, but you done
well, we'll sell a lot of shirts.
That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't want that. Boy,
that's exactly what I meant. That, let's say we done sold the brand. They don't care nothing about Alex Doggett being deceased. Y'all might be like, you know, damn, let that man rest. No, nigga, these shirts need to sell. Like, this shit's still hot. We going crazy. We moving units out this. They do not care about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, what I learned is, it ain't no morals in that. It ain't no rationality aside from that. Them folks see them dollars and cents, and that's what in perpetuity mean. If I can make money off of, you see it all the time. Like, you're like, damn, why would you make a Michael Jackson third album that, since he post how you say the word, post hominously or something, you know, how do you pronounce that? But this man's deceased, but we need this money. Like, open up that catalog.
The fact that they taking Michael Jackson with the tax bill, so you don't necessarily know how they're calculating taxes. You don't know how they're going about getting this number. Only thing you know is the assets for this man's lifetime work. His family can't access this, because the government, he didn't have his estate in order. So the government says you owe something, and he can't come up and refute it. He's the only one that really know, him or the lawyer. So he can't really refute it, but it is what it is. And it's kind of like, so your whole life work.
It's so unfortunate.
Your whole life work, bro. Everything, all the trauma you went through, you see it on the movies. All the trauma you went through, you got this shining star as a product of all of this trauma and all of these things, but your family wasn't able to benefit, and then they still diminish your legacy after you given everything to the world in the form of entertainment and creativity. They burn your whole legacy down. You know what I mean? And that's what the biggest star known to man.
I had tweeted something like, and I was gonna ask y'all this, you know, because I really didn't come with no questions, but I was just gonna feel like on the floor of the conversation, ask y'all stuff. But I had tweeted something. I was like, more people need to sit down and understand their why.
Yeah.
And that's in a lot of aspects of life. That's not just in your career. That's in love and family and religion and everything. Like, why you be doing what you be doing? Why do you think the way you think? Why are you making the decisions that you're making? Because sometimes slowing down and realizing, like, maybe I shouldn't be making that decision.
Yeah.
You know, so why music? Why film?
why music for me is, I always had a problem growing up communicating, effectively communicating. Of course, I know how to say how I feel, but as far as like really making a point and conveying a point to somebody so you really feel where I'm coming from. And it seems
Can I
like,
tell you this? Not to cut you off. I don't feel like you have a problem communicating. I feel like you feel misunderstood a lot. Would you agree?
I say it.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
That's what I mean. That's
yeah.
why I said that the communication lapse is not on. I get what you're saying though, because communication it's a two-way street.
Because if it
So I'll let
if
you
it
go
don't
ahead.
work that way, I have to find another way to communicate the same point. It can't
But
just
that's
be.
what I mean. Sometimes you be communicating clearly, and the person is like, "How can you fix that gap on the other side?"
An older guy told me that it's like the wisdom and knowledge that God put in you is for you. So it's like, and I think being around with the youth program, like being around, that's really what showed me how to communicate something, because I remember being that type of kid that you can say it to me. The only person that really could truly communicate to me effectively was Wheat. You know what I'm saying? Wheat was about the only person that's like, hey, bro, you know I'm just passionate about some shit, bro. It's not necessarily that I'm just standoffish to that point. It's just I feel how I feel type. Anything outside of that, it's like I don't know how to make you feel where I'm coming from, because you're not gonna see it how I see it. And if you don't, I'm just gonna continue to get angry that you don't see it how I see it. You know what I mean? But talking to kids is more so like, okay, I have to have 3 or 4 or 5 different communication styles with, if you really want to make a point. If you
Exactly.
and that's the way music is. The style that worked now or then may not work now. You might have to double up the patterns. You might have to, the cadence might change. You might have to be a little bit more harmonious. And like, it's different ways now that it's like, but you still want to communicate a certain point, whether that be a good feeling of music or whatever tone you want to go to. You know what I mean? It's more so like you got to find the cadence, find the rhythm, find the words of how you want to phrase it, and then take into consideration who you talking to. That's the reason for music with me, is like it connects people, where even somebody that don't have a father growing up, don't have a mother growing up, don't have different things growing up, you can still connect with somebody that may be on the same time as you.
No, that's dope. That's a dope way to look at it. So like basically you saying like you felt as if you wasn't able to communicate.
Yeah.
So music was your communication.
Yeah, like if I'm on the block talking to somebody about something I learned elsewhere, you might not understand me just talking directly to you. But if I put a trap beat on, I cut the syllables in half, I give it to you this way, where I'll make you ask me, what would you just said in that? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a form of communication. It's a form of, and then you can do it from all ages. You can do it from a young kid, because the rhythm, the beat gonna catch them. You can do it from an old head, because it might not be as aggressive. Hey, bro, I like the tone you said in the room. Niggas listen under different circumstances or in different environment situations. But music is damn near the only thing that you can really put on, and you gonna hear, like you gonna listen to it. Like you can see shit, but it's like, because everybody love music.
No, that's dope. Like and that was the perfect question, because I've never asked him the question in that way.
Me
You
either.
know, I've seen the man grow from when I first took you in my grandmama backyard. You know what I'm saying? Like the way your eyes lit up seeing a Triton back there, like it's like, whoa, you know, but at the same time, it's like I've seen when you walk into a national recording studio, you know, we go to what Patchwork, and it's like, whoa, but it's the same feeling, and the work that you get out of it, I could see why you feel that way, because I'm the exact same way with film. You know, this might be the most that people, as far as like me, I was just on the other podcast, I don't talk that much except for to my folks. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm filming and I'm in that room, it's a way for me to really be quiet. I ain't gotta say nothing. I don't have to communicate with nobody. But when I go home and I edit, this is me communicating back to everyone who wasn't in this room what happened. You see what I'm saying? So that, like, that's why my favorite piece to film is with Verite, me disappearing in a room, you know, because one, I like to communicate, but at the same time, I'm an introvert. So I don't like to talk that much. You know, me turning on that camera, I'm actually talking to everybody.
That's all you gotta say.
Yeah.
I'm
That's how you
looking.
communicate.
Yeah, that's how I communicate. I'm looking right at Bub. If we on stage and we doing something, I'm looking right at him and I say, hey. And he's gonna go exactly to where I want him to go so I can get this shot. And it's with every artist like that. I've done it with Ross. I just did it with Usher. You know, so it's like to do it on those levels, it's like, man, that's my communication. When I have a camera in my hand, I feel like I communicate the best.
What I like about I had a follow-up for you too. I'm gonna come right back to it, but what I like about your style is you try to get a real understanding of the person and what their goal is, because they will come with ideas and then, but I know just from you and the artistry part of it, is like that idea doesn't fit what you just told me what you're trying to accomplish. You know, that you want to be seen in this light or you want this look. Let me do this for you because I see it. And then and then you could kind of foresee. That's the magic in it, that you foresee, like when I edit it down, it's gonna be perfect for exactly what you thinking that you want. But I done took it to the next level kind of thing. You know, especially like when you just talked about to scale. It's like I've done this for major artists and they ideas is kind of far reaching from somebody maybe local, not just downplay anybody's talent level, but you may not be thinking at the same scope of like a Ross or Usher. And you know, it's like, I'll do this for you and it's gonna make you look in the same light as these people.
People think just because you haven't been signed, you're not on. And a friend of mine told me that. He was like, bro, you know, when you get on in the music business, when you say you own, like you can monetize 100 people. You can monetize 200 people. You can monetize 300 people. We may have just found out how to monetize these people. You know what I'm saying? The 100, 200, 300, 400. So it looked like what it's supposed to look like and it do what it's supposed to do. But on the flip side, it's more so like it's no such thing as it's not going to happen, and no, it ain't happened yet. And I ain't found a way yet. That's more so the scholar mindset of, well, figure it out. Don't cry about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure.
figure it out, bro. If that didn't work, and to say that we haven't had a lot of things that didn't work, we've had a lot of things that didn't work, bro. You remember that party?
Oh man,
that Anchor party.
Oh man,
you remember that Anchor party?
like, bro,
wasn't that bad.
It wasn't.
But we didn't do the business
We
right.
lost.
I just about to say that's really what it was.
We didn't do the business. Like it was free up until this point, and then we didn't jump it enough.
It was really like everybody who was there, it was free.
Yeah.
Like for the most part.
They had a great time. It was when is the next one? We're like, boy, we ain't never throwing another party.
My boy standing on the bar for giving free shots and shit. It's like,
bro, and even look at the beauty of that though. What happened out of that, Lex? What happened?
That's where Scholar was born.
That's what exactly. Like we had that bomb gave us Scholar. Like we had
Cash Cartel.
hey, bro, it was over that
changed
night,
the
bro.
name.
No more Cash Cartel.
What do you do with an inferior product in an aggressive market, bro? What do you do?
Boy said, Chair recognized Lex. You changed the name? Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and come with a new name.
New name, bro.
So the first time we used the name Scholar was when we did the party on Ellis Street.
That says little mini Hollywood.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, like, I felt like that was our first time learning about business. And you know, the crazy thing is, I had a meeting with Calvin.
Yeah.
Calvin Walker. Shout out to Calvin, man.
Shout out Calvin, bro.
Yeah. Like, it was crazy because me and him, we talked about that, and I was like, bro, we had to learn. We learned business that night. Like, because we seeing like the club going crazy. Yeah. Everybody here. And then at the end of the night, it's like, ooh, I know we got some money, but it's like, nah, it's expenses that's got to come out of this. And at first, we didn't understand it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
What I learned too back then, business-wise, that business is never personal.
Yeah, it's never personal.
Because when we was like, let's throw some parties, I'm like, shit, we know everybody. Like, everybody gonna pull up. Okay.
Okay, big. And I'm so glad we learned that early because, like I said earlier, it started with the music.
Yeah.
And when we start looking at people like Currency and everybody, or even like early on, we didn't understand that we were learning this. We looking at Jay-Z with Rockaware.
Yeah.
You know, it all came back to a physical product. And we had that scholar name, and we was like, what can we do? Lex, I don't know if you remember this, but as far as like, it all stemmed from what it was like 2012, 2013, something like that, when everybody was having like, they might have Basquiat 76, or like they were having different.
Nah, they're like 2010. When we first started making gear.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, but I know that 88 came from when they would have like the name and then that year.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was the name. Yeah. So like we was like, okay, we got this scholar name, and it just so happened all of us are born in 88.
Yeah.
Everybody is born in 88. So we were like that scholar 88.
Jay-Z had on something. He had on the hoodie. The Tom Ford had a number on the back, and we said we need a number.
Yeah.
We need a number. We need a number. And I was like, we just putting our heads together. Then we was like, damn, what you was born? Okay, 88. And he was like, just put the scholar on the top like a jersey. Man, we just wearing crew necks, and people just want to know why.
Yeah.
It's just a conversation starter. Scholar has always been a conversation starter.
That first shirt that you pressed in your mama house, man, that job was crazy.
You couldn't tell us nothing.
Them was the times, bro.
And see the way that we've been able to market without marketing all these times, all these years, is because we created our own demand. How many times were we out and we would literally point the finger at each other? It was funny because people would be like, man, where my scholar shirt at?
Talk the bug.
Talk the bug.
Talk the bug. He's slowing down. He's slowing down the whole motion.
He did what?
But he ain't even here.
He ain't even here. But we would do that because we want you to have it, but we want you to want it more than anything.
Yeah.
We don't want you to want it because the next person
Don't let it be a fad.
Don't let it be a fad.
I think a great premise of this thing is the concept of perpetuity versus delayed gratification.
Yeah.
It's perpetuity. If somebody got to put that bread up, their hand is in your pocket. It is what it is.
I own everything related to Scholar. New shit, old shit.
Listen, man, you can disconnect my hand and just put it in your pocket. Hey, anytime a dollar touch your pocket, I need that.
What that boy said, a nickel bag sold in the park, I want in.
I want in, bro.
I want in.
Versus the delayed gratification of nurturing your talent, growing your talent, getting to that point of, and honestly, that's what I talked about earlier in the interview as far as every room we've been in, you kind of realize what's needed to be in that room. Even if we were qualified or not qualified to be in that room, the next time we got in the room similar, we were up to par.
So my last question. What is Scholar? All right, Bub, first you go hit it. What's Scholar?
Is progression. Scholar is intuition, because a lot of this stuff is intuitive. A lot of this stuff it's innate, like you just feel it. Somebody can tell you, hey, you should do this. I don't think I should do this because how I feel about this, I want to do this. So I'm going to actively seek how to do this. That's progression. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's progression. I feel like it's intuition. It's really loving growth.
Scholar is everything. It's bigger than your fucking head. It's real. Like, to be honest, I love everything he said, and it's right, and that's why it fits so perfectly, right? But scholar is just a word. We could call this shit blue dog shit, whatever we wanted to call it. What he said red magic, blue. I don't care if you call it blue dog shit. people would still fuck with it because I would find a way to design it in a way that it would still hit. And if we were still doing the things that we're doing, integrity wise, honesty wise, loyalty wise, trustworthiness, people would still fuck with it. So what I mean by that is we could have chose to call it anything. What's beautiful about it is the name that we did choose fits us so perfectly because all we're trying to do is learn and grow every day and progress every day.
When I think about Scholar, I think about it not from just a music, film, or fashion aspect. I think about it from a way of life. The person who lay bricks and they lay the bricks the best out of everybody, that's Scholar. The person that's out there laying asphalt down, that's Scholar. The person who cutting your grass, the bus driver, the person who cooking your food, that's Scholar. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that is a lifestyle more than anything. And honestly, I'm just gonna say it. I'm glad that I'm able to do it with my best friends.
Okay.
Like, that's the that's the catalyst of it all.
For sure.
Well, it's a wrap, boy.
Hey man, first episode going crazy, baby.
Crazy.
It's a wrap.
It's a
It's
wrap.
tell your camera, your camera. Like,
Wrap it up.
Wrap it
I'm gonna
up.
let mine know. They say it's a wrap. I guess it's a wrap. Let's go.
Bino. La da 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 da